Here's what's coming up next on the Best of John Miller. It's taken a few bucks and some steel nerves, but Ron McGinnis has managed to master a game you probably haven't given much thought to. Plus, it's help on key. Meet a Salvation Army bell ringer making beautiful music. Also, you with the tree, pull over. Learn why the state Christmas tree once was the target of a stop by police officers. And meet Charlie the dog. He's a postal drop worker who's not letting the holiday hustle and bustle get to him.
Discover the lighter side of Northwest living as Idaho's News Channel 7 presents the Best of John Miller.
Welcome to another edition of the Best of John Miller, everybody. Well, this week we have dug way deep in the News Channel 7 archives to find stories like a musical elf and a Christmas tree stopped by police. Oh yeah, way back. But first, a man who may have checked off his Christmas list pretty early. Ron McGinnis has a pretty mean wrist. John shows us as Ron turns a little finesse into a lot of gifts.
Every day, Ron McGinnis heads to the neighborhood Safeway, warming up his right hand, getting ready to clean them out.
What's this called?
I just call it the claw machine.
There between the stacks of soda pop, Ron surveys the possibilities.
Everything here seems to be all right today.
And how long have you been playing the claw machine?
About 10 years now.
10 years?
Mm-hmm.
More or less every day?
Oh, yeah.
He's become something of an expert. Just give him a buck.
You get 2 tries for $1.
And this test of skill is as good as over on most days.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Whoops. We'll try that Seahawks thing then. No.
This machine is dangerously close to the ATM machine.
Yeah, maybe that's why they put that there.
You're a little cold today. Oh.
Yeah.
That pumpkin guy.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, man. That's got to be the one. Oh, man, you were robbed.
Onlookers unsure if Ron could overcome the pressure of performing on TV.
Oh, man. But I can tell you one thing. We're going to spend all my darn money trying. Oh, yeah. That one only cost us $19.
That's when Ron hooked into a horse and a bit of a lucky streak.
You're on a roll now.
And we got a shirt here. Oh, yeah, medium, so that'll fit several people.
You see, Ron's got several people in mind, and so many bags in the back of his truck.
Just almost like Noah's Ark in there.
Yeah, you got 2 of everything. Yeah. So what are those for?
Oh, they're for the kids.
Turns out 10 years of this has turned his house into this, and this, and this.
How many do you have in here?
Over 2,000.
Jeez.
Here's my bird wall.
More toys than he can possibly give away, though Ron McGinnis makes a good effort.
So Christmas time comes around, these are what I'll be giving out to all the kids.
For which the Lions Club has recognized Ron for bringing happiness to others, none happier than himself.
Yeah, till I go broke. The way the day was, it won't be too long.
That's a great story. Ron says he limits himself to only a few dollars a day. He also says that he feels lucky never to have discovered slot machines. With his skill, I bet the casinos probably feel lucky too. Well, the calls start pouring in about this time every year. You won't believe my neighbor's Christmas lights. They're blinding me. John gets the brunt of those calls. Well, about a guy at least who started out with a few lights and didn't know when to stop. One of those calls led to a suburban Superman named Nicholas Martinez.
There are decorations, and there are decorations, and then there's Nicholas Martinez's house.
Man, it's hard to get far enough away from the thing to get it all in one shot, I'll tell you that much.
So it's got a few lights, not very many.
Yeah, by whose standards?
Well, by mine.
I should mention Nicholas works for the power company.
What do you do for the power company?
I'm a lineman.
Oh, are you?
And his standards are almost as high as his electric bill.
Your bill will go up by how much?
Last year it went 40, 50 bucks. I think it'd be the same by this year.
What are the real power-sucking ones here? I
So,
imagine
these figurines are in my 20-foot Christmas tree out in front.
the
I got
20-foot Christmas
I
tree.
got
And,
about 2,000 lights on it. And my reindeers, my wooden stick reindeers,
oh, yeah.
they take a lot. I got a 30 amp fuse behind them.
You have to have some sort of knowledge of how not to blow up your whole house when you do this.
You just got to know how many you can put on one extension cord without burning it up.
Usually about 3 wise men.
And
And
a
a
star.
star.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to have a star.
Enough to slow traffic to a Christmas light crawl. All
I like
right.
the swing set. That's a nice touch.
The swing set.
We just think it's really neat because it's like he's giving a gift to all of the little kids.
Is it possible that Mr. Martinez is just a little crazy?
Kind of.
Out there every night, hands frozen to his Tupperware, changing one burnt out light after another on that fence that keeps going and going and going.
You got it.
A perfectionist
And I miss a spot.
and a professional, so remember, don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
John tells us it takes Nicholas about 3 weeks to put up his lights and another week and a half to take them down. Well, that's the sound of the season, right? Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Camera person Colleen, do you feel the wings coming on? Of course you do. Back in 1997, John met a bell ringer whose musical talents go beyond the ding-a-ling of the bells. In fact, this 9-year-old might tug at your heartstrings with the strings of his violin.
Even when the mall is bringing in the bucks this holiday season, sometimes it gets a little slow around Ed the Bell Ringer's bucket. So, straight from the North Pole with the violin version of The Little Drummer Boy. Enter 9-year-old Drew Kringle.
So tell me why you're out here helping out with the Salvation Army.
To make money and to make people happy.
Nobody can say no to a 9-year-old elf, huh?
I guess not.
Especially a 9-year-old elf in duck boots. And suddenly, people are digging deep and stuffing bucks in that bucket, and even Ed, the bell ringer, doesn't mind playing second fiddle.
No, I don't mind at all. Kind of helps ring in business.
He's bringing in the bucks right now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, get my bucket full.
Here and here. You see, after a stop to rub the hands and rosin up the bow, he's off to the hair salon.
Oh, I think he's darling. He did really well with that.
Yeah. 9 years old.
He's great.
He's from the North Pole.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Over at the cell phone store and the kids' clothing shop, it's always the same story.
I think he's just adorable. I think there should be more of him at Christmas.
An elf without inhibitions when it comes to making magic and maybe a little money with his music.
Still to come. He thinks he can. He thinks he can. See how this spin on a toilet turned into big money for a good cause. And next.
We just got pulled over.
The state got pulled over
Yes, it did.
by the city.
Yes, it did.
The reason?
An oversized load.
Even the drivers of the state Christmas tree aren't immune from a ticket. We'll show you the year the state tree was pulled over by police when we come back to the best of John Miller. Hi, have you ever wondered how the state Christmas tree gets to the State House? Well, as John discovered in 1998, sometimes it doesn't. John has the story that was several days in the making.
Oh my gosh. The very second we saw the state Christmas tree, oh, we knew. The state of the state tree is not in good shape.
We just got pulled over.
The state got pulled over
Yes, it did.
by the city.
Yes, it did.
The reason?
An oversized load. It is one of the bigger ones we've dealt with.
Very nice tree.
Have you ever seen a tree this big?
Not on a truck.
And not rain, nor sleet, nor driving snow could stop the post office. But this,
Well, Christmas trees, we go around them.
This one's going to require a little police escort here.
I'm I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not.
But after a while, it seemed like old Miller had a pretty good idea.
It's time to go.
And soon everyone was coming out to see the giant head of broccoli being escorted down the highway on its way to the State House, where even more cops were standing by.
They go out, chop it down, throw it on a truck, bring it down here. What's the problem?
The problem was that the giant tree was almost taking out stoplights, swallowing up state workers, and smashing down street signs.
That's true. They've been violating the law for the last 8 years.
Or at least the last 8 miles, huh?
Well, at least the last 8 miles.
Way behind schedule.
It's almost 1 o'clock.
But for some reason, it's always worth the wait.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's kind of exciting. Is it a blue spruce?
I don't know. It's just a big honking tree.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tree.
I think it's cool.
It's gonna be a beautiful Christmas tree.
That's for darn sure, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, officer, we got a 121-7 pulling over a 30-foot tall Christmas tree right here on Broadway. 131-7 out.
The state tree may have brought out the Grinch in more than just a couple of people, because their cars, if they were parked on Jefferson Street, may not have escaped without a couple of tree scratches. Still to come.
Help me buy my way off the toilet.
Some people sit around and think about giving back to the community, and then there are people like this Boise State professor who gives back by sitting around. And next, planting a Christmas tree inside the State House without digging, and, well, without a tree for that matter. Nothing. Hey, did you know a while back the groundskeepers at the Idaho State House won a national award for the best kept government building? So it should be no surprise that they get really finicky around Christmas time. You give them a couple hundred poinsettia plants and a one-of-a-kind Christmas idea, voila, you've got a John Miller Christmas story.
I don't know what it is about the people setting up the state poinsettia tree. They did not want to talk to me.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I just wanted a little information,
You're not going to talk to me either.
some holiday cheer, and old Shirley.
You keep looking at me like you want to kill me.
Well, these are real poinsettias. They're not plastic, you know.
I know. They are so mad at me. I don't know what's wrong with this.
Meantime, I wanted to know how many
128 red and 28 white.
and how come.
Just basically ho, ho, ho time, you know.
Now, who's responsible for the color coordination? Would that be you?
That would be me, yeah.
Okay.
That's Mike Garcia. He's kind of in charge of all the holiday decoration around here, the state Christmas tree and whatnot, and kind of particular about things being just perfectly, just right, justly perfect there, like that there. And this is about when I began to recall the last time I talked to Mike.
Yeah, don't you remember you came and hassled us when we were on Chinden Boulevard?
Oh, that's right.
That time when the state tree got busted by the cops?
Yes, it did.
Which might be the reason Mike also didn't seem thrilled to see me, but you know what?
It looks good.
Nothing like a couple hundred poinsettias to bring back the holiday cheer.
See, now that it's starting to look good, you're feeling better about it, aren't you?
We can relax a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
And now that the State House Christmas season is fully in bloom,
I think it'll suit the state well.
Still to come, meet a dog who makes its possible for some Christmas packages to get out on time. Get it? And next, he's sitting on a can of Goodwill, a new twist to the old-fashioned bell ringer when the best of John Miller continues. We're back. You know, it gives new definition to the term canned food drive. A group at Boise State got to thinking the best way to collect a can is to use a can. And as John shows us, some volunteers would rather sit down than stand up for a good cause.
yes, it's true, the toilet is here, but can you guess why?
It's for the homeless kids for Christmas.
Not the toilet, but the donations that go in the can of the man on the can who looks like Santa Claus.
We'll take anything that people donate.
You see, Professor Ambrose Baltus isn't particular or afraid to show the world just how he sits on the old one-horse open sleigh. At least he was laughing all the way.
You're letting a lot of people in on a lot of private information right now, you know?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. This goes on through the night, too. So there'll be somebody here at midnight. There'll be somebody here at 2 in the morning.
48 hours total, changing guard every hour with the pulling up of the pants, the passing off of the newspaper, and the resumption of the plea.
Help me buy my way off the toilet.
Are you afraid to approach the older gentleman sitting on the can?
Absolutely. I've known him for many, many years. Terrified.
Money, 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 money. All right, look at a drive-by. Thank you very much.
This is really working, isn't it?
Yeah, it really has. I'm telling you, there are some people in the community who thought this was a kind of gross idea.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to them that being homeless is probably grosser.
And as you might imagine, so many people willing to sit down for a good cause will turn a few heads.
Yeah, right.
And more than a few dollars.
Thank you.
For a fundraiser flushed with success.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Still to come on the best of John Miller.
First, he's to make everyone feel totally welcome and glad that they came in here.
These are the dog days of Christmas, at least for a worker at one postal drop location. Meet this pooch employee when we return. All right, you weary holiday shoppers, we think we can provide you with a little break in all of this holiday rush. John found that when it comes to Christmas gifts and getting them out in the mail, there's one place in town who believes, doggone it, you don't have to worry. Just let man's best friend step in.
And you thought getting those packages in the mail was exhausting? Meet Charlie.
He's a full-time employee.
And the season's most exhausted dog here at the parcel drop.
What would you say Charlie's detailed duties are here?
Well, first he's to make everyone feel totally welcome and glad that they came in here. And I think he does an excellent job at that.
Yeah.
And
he's pretty good at standing in front of your face, too, during the interview. Huh?
Yeah, our official meter and greeter.
And reminder not to be lazy this holiday season because business is busy.
We do tenfold.
Really?
Yeah.
10
easily.
times the business.
Yeah, and a few extra hands don't hurt.
Or a couple extra paws.
That's right.
The meter and greeter, and sometimes...
He's the eater.
He's the eater.
He knows good quality summer sausage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the shipping cost of a 9-pound package.
So, what's this going to cost her with Charlie's head on the scale?
Oh, let's see.
That's an extra 5 pounds on there.
Yeah, that could get pretty spendy. Would you like the price of the package with or without the dog?
Without the head would be good.
Okay. Okay, Charlie, back up.
Here, Charlie.
Thank you. All right. So Charlie wants to remind people basically what? What should they remember this time of year?
Well, of course, get things together as early as possible. And I would say people need to package things very well.
And remember,
You can never put too much tape on it.
That's like 9 pounds of tape right there.
Completely covered.
and get it mailed early because if it doesn't get there before Christmas,
then they'll have a happy Christmas after.
And that would be a doggone shame. Oh, jeez.
Of course, don't forget to mail early, and don't forget my address. Mark Johnson, care of KTVB. No. And of course, the people at the parcel drop remind you the sooner the better this holiday season. They say as the holidays near, their doghouse becomes a madhouse. All right, we'll see you again next week as we take a look at more of the best of John Miller. For now, so long.
Cue up the banjo music. How's it going?
She is cheating.
Oh, man.
Revenge is sweet.
I'd say the odds of that happening with me are pretty much zero. Okay, 1% chance.
oh, jeez.
You gotta be a little bit brave about it, man.
wife think about this thing?
I think she